How are we doing, fellas? Happy Monday. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Welcome back to another PokeMMO stream. This is stream recap 88. How are we doing today? What's up? I'm going to start today's stream with a Poke Road run, as I've been doing recently. It's honestly just a fantastic game. Dude, if you haven't checked out Poke Road, check it out, man. I've been putting some videos out on it. I think it's a fantastic game to play alongside Pokemon if you're doing like a brain dead grind, like some sort of shiny hunting or something. However, before we jump into that, let's go ahead and actually collect our Pokeyen. Look at this, dude. 250k boom, 200k boom, 100k boom. Easy Pokeyen to collect from some nice flips. I've done a lot of breeding for profit over the past fair amount of time. Quickly saw this on the GTL, so I want to call this out. Don't buy these. This is someone trying to, I don't know if I want to say scam, but like, don't buy these. Mysterious Premier Ball 2022 is what now my GTL is dying as I'm trying to present a point. Or just the game is server lag. Mysterious Premier Ball 2022s. These are not worth buying. Mysterious Premier Balls can be. Mysterious Premier Ball 2022s don't have the increased shiny rate that the Mysterious Premier Balls from 2023 have, which is pretty much the only reason to buy them. So please keep that in mind. If you're buying Mysterious Premier Balls, you're trying to spend money to get an extremely fast shiny, essentially. These don't give you that, so I don't know why anybody would buy these, aside from they just don't know any better and they're kind of being tricked, or like someone's like trying to like quick buy them to flip them, but then they're not actually the same item, and it's like a little I wouldn't call it a scam, but like a little trick, you know. I was wondering, how can I keep in touch with PokeMMO news? Is it just checking the website? The best way is the forums. The PokeMMO forums is the best way to keep on track of what's going on. Other than that, just content creators like me or anybody else who presents news in a good manner. In terms of plans for the day, I've been really enjoying this Shedinja hunt. I know it's expensive, but it's a fun one for me. It doesn't require much box space, which I really enjoy at the time being. I need to start selling off these Pokemon or find that PokeMMO broker at some point. We'll figure that out at some point. But on the docket today, I'm going to do some more Shedinja hunting. Super expensive, super slow shunt, super interesting, I have to log out to shunt it. Very unique shunt. And then after that, I'll probably just be doing single encounters. I don't have much of a plan after Nincada, so we'll just have to see where the wind takes us. But for now, I'm going to go jump on Poke Road. All right, gamers, after an hour and 40-minute long Poke Road run, it is finally time to begin the stream. It is finally time to play PokeMMO. I did not expect that to take that long. I apologize, but it was a ton of fun. God damn, I can't overhype Poke Road enough. It is a blast. But what I can do is underhype how boring shiny hunting is. Just kidding, I love it to death. But we're gonna hop into it. I'm gonna pop a shiny charm here in a quick sec. I'm gonna have donor status active. I'm gonna have shiny charm active. We're gonna have a 20% boost. I'm gonna put a Peepo jam on screen so you guys can't see my login information. I know, I'm sorry. Watch, you know, you can jam with him. You should, you know, I don't know, whatever. And we're gonna jump into it, I think. Let me check if I have XP. I might just use XP Candy larges since I'm doing the logout strat. Usually the problem with XP Candy larges is that you actually get more learn moves, but at the moment they're kind of the same price as XP Candy mediums, and I just have a bunch of them already. Like, if they're the same price, like if larges are 40, you know, 800 and mediums are like 500 different, if I were to sell the larges, the listing fee, it just ends up costing the same. So I might as well just use these larges I already have that were gifted to me. So other than that, yeah, let's go ahead and get started, fellas. If you haven't seen it before, this is what the ultra hyper rare Shedinja hunt looks like. It's not as rare as it used to be, I will say. Like, this Pokemon is way easier to hunt after the addition of XP candies. But even then, it's a really difficult, really unique hunt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use an XP candy to evolve one Nincada. I have to make sure I have at least one Pokeball in my party, as well as a free space. If you have one Pokeball in your party as well as a free space, you get the evolution, you then log out, you then log back in, and now you skip all you skip the, I shouldn't have to go my PC here. What you do is you skip the learning of a shit ton of moves. You don't skip the evolution animation, obviously, but you get to skip the learning of like 4 to 6 moves, which takes so much time, and you save a lot more of your shiny charm and get a lot more done in 1 hour by doing this. Do you have Pokeballs? I think I bought, like, I'm not joking, I think I have like 2,000. I'll show you in a sec to guarantee or to confirm, but I'm pretty sure I bought like 2,000. Yeah, I have 2,600 Pokeballs. This is the most I've ever had. I just went crazy yesterday and bought a ton off stream, because I knew that I didn't want to run out for this kind of hunt. But wish me luck, guys. This is one of the like most revered, respected, and rarest shinies in all PokeMMO, and it's been a ton of fun learning this hunt. Yeah, so we're essentially almost through the PokeMMO offseason, which for those who don't know is essentially like every year after event season, specifically after the Lunar New Year event is over, the game cools down and the player base, I wouldn't say dies, but it aggressively declines for about 2 months, rightfully so, for a couple reasons. Number one, event season just happened, and event season is exhausting. For those who don't know, event season is the Halloween event, you know, and how you have to spend like 2 months prepping for that, and then the Christmas event, and then the Lunar New Year event. It's 3 events within like 4 to 5 months, and you spend like 1 month prepping for it anyway. So it's really, really exhausting, right? It's nonstop go for like 10 to 12 hours a day for a while. So a lot of players like to take a big break after that, which is really nice. So because of that, at the end of the Lunar New Year event in around February/late January every year, the game usually kind of winds off for a bit. People take their break, people relax a little bit, play different games, refresh. The market dies down a little bit, flipping dies, everything kind of dies down, right? A little bit, PvP, etc. We're almost through that. Once it hits towards like especially June, like right now it's May, so we're still not quite through. This is like the first month where we really start to see the end of the dead season, the quote-unquote quiet period in PokeMMO. So we're almost through it, guys. Things are going to pick up. There's events, possibly events coming. We don't know for sure, but possibly events coming, which is super exciting. With possibly the anniversary event either happening in June or July. Raids should be permanently added to the game within the next, I would guess, 1 to 3 months, hopefully in that earlier 1 to 2 month period. It's an exciting time to be playing Pokemon. It's the perfect time to pick up Pokemon for the first time, honestly, because you still have around a month or two before the dead period, probably 1 month before the dead period ends. It's the perfect time to just do storylines, practice, prep up. It's the perfect time to jump into the game. Great time to be playing. Don't forget that Pokeforce demo coming in summer. I would love to, that'd be huge. I would love to play the Pokeforce demo coming in summer, dude. Absolutely, man. All right, here is the first box. We're gonna go ahead and release that. That is 30 Shedinja's seen, which is always cool. We're gonna jump in, do 3 more Ninkata per inventory, of course. Do the legendary beasts get unlocked after the Hoa boss fight? The ones in Johto do, yes. The Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, you can only catch 1 per month, depending on the rotation. The Kanto ones get unlocked, I believe, after 8 gym badges. I get this question every now and again. I always have the same answer. Hey, Patrouski, can you tell us about the crafting system in game? Honestly, no, I can't, because I barely know anything about it. I think 99.9% of the player base probably doesn't even know it exists. But there is technically a crafting system in Pokemon where you can like turn like berry powders and stuff, like certain items, into like rare candies and like weird stuff like that. Very few people even know it exists. There's a forum guide on crafting and it's literally just wrong. Yeah, that's the level of community knowledge. That's very funny. What's your thoughts on a flame body ocarina type of item? So you mean like an item that you could have as opposed to having like a flame body Pokemon just to increase your speed of hatching eggs? I think that's probably fine. I don't think that's probably fine. I don't think that would be broken in any way. That's probably fine in my opinion. I have to think about it a little more, but if you have like any reason to why it would be too strong, I'm open to hearing. But like encountering battles and fights stops your egg hatching time anyway. Yeah, I'd buy a flame body ocarina, honestly. Just have that effect permanently. I would do that. It would allow you to like kind of like catch Pokemon or like hunt some Pokemon while hatching, but even then, like in the battle, your egg timer stops anyway, so it's not like that good. I think that could be fine. That could be totally balanced in my opinion. Probably fine, but make sure you can still only hold 5 eggs in the party so it doesn't affect the rates. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't be able to hold 6 anyway because you still have to have, you have to have 1 Pokemon in your party. You have to have like one that can fight. Because if you have 6 eggs, you can't do like a wild battle, you just have nothing. So you still have to have 1 Pokemon in your party, so you couldn't do that. I think 5 eggs, yeah, I think that'd be fine. Flame Body Ocarina. This game already lowers the emphasis on relationships with your Pokemon so much. That is definitely true. I mean, the breeding system inherently lowers your quote-unquote relationships with Pokemon, like your connection to, because you have to understand that you have to just consume them at times. It's funny, like I don't really think about that nowadays, but like when I first started playing the game, that was definitely something maybe not first, but once the breeding system got changed, that was something I liked. It was hard to like rip away from that feeling. You do feel connected to, I felt connected to my Pokemon, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I have to consume them for IVs and for efficiency. Like there's a fair argument that PokeMMO is like more desensitized, I guess, or disconnected because of that. There's less emotional attachment, but I feel like you just end up building the emotional attachment in other ways. You build the emotional attachments, number 1, into shiny Pokemon, number 2, into your OTs, and then number 3, into like the other players and people you meet while playing the game, like your teammates and stuff, and the people you share a shiny charm with, or trade with, or buy Ditto boxes with, etc., etc. All right, here's 30 more Shedinjas done. We're gonna go ahead and release that. Shedinja had a 2x31 hilariously on special attack and speed, but I'm still gonna get rid of it and move these over. Keep going. How much time do we have left on charm? 29 minutes. Making decent pace. I've done, well, kind of behind on pace. Done around 60 encounters in total so far, so should easily at least clear 120, but should aim for like 130 in these hours. You can breed down your Ninjasks to save money, by the way. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. That's kind of a good idea. Obviously, it's like time and effort for like a shiny Nincada chance, which isn't great. I mean, the main thing is just having more Nincadas to turn into Shedinjas. But I can't, like, Nincadas are already like kind of a weird, if you want to go for a shiny of that anyway, it's like kind of weird. It's single encounter common, and I wouldn't mind a Ninjask shiny. I'm kind of down to start doing that. Plus, it'll give me some like eggs, like some background, something to do like while I play Poke Road, or like I like always having eggs. Constantly always having eggs of some kind is really efficient, because then if you need to like AFK in Pokemon or do something else or do something on the side, you can just pop up a Flame Body Pokemon and some eggs and just hatch in the background, and it's like always like dead time to use efficiently, which is cool. How many encounters per hour are you making by logging off instead of waiting? When I waited, I think I got like 87, and when I logged out, I got like 134. So it was like a significant difference, like almost like 40% or something faster. I'm kind of doing slow today though, but it's a huge increase. XRD just got a shiny Bagon, dude. Oh, that's a huge one. Oh, dude, congrats to XRD. That's so significant. Turbo, congrats to him. That's so fucking good, dude. Oh, I dream of the Bagon. Maybe we'll go here. What we'll do is after this hour of Shedinja, we'll go Bagon as well. That's pretty based. He's had like 10 phases there, dude. What a fucking god. I've only had like 1 at Bagon. That's 10 phases for Bagon is crazy. Congratulations to him. That's so beautiful. Guys, breeding Jimmy Run Blastoises hurts my head. I always make a mistake. The number 1 way that I stopped making mistakes breeding Pokemon like that, the main thing that like makes the mistake, it's because it's a chain egg move Pokemon. What I started to do for Pokemon like that is to breed the egg move first, not worrying about IVs at all, if that makes sense. So you just go grab the Relicanth, go grab the Wailmer, breed just Water Spout with like really shitty IVs over onto the Squirtle, and then just breed IVs after. That's the best that I've found. What's the driest you've been? 300,000 encounters. Couldn't this method be used for hunting Riolu, despite being inefficient? This method was used to shiny hunt Riolu. Not in the same way, because obviously, like with Ninjask, or with Shedinja, like the way you get the encounter is by evolving it. The Riolu thing is like, you buy a bunch of Lucarios, breed them all, and you XP candies the Riolus up into Lucarios to rebreed them, because you can't breed Riolu as a baby Pokemon, right? So you have to evolve them into Lucario to be able to, yeah, some people did do that. I think it's cheaper at times to just release all the Riolus and just buy new, like 60 new Lucarios or whatever. It kind of depends. And then so XP candying Lucarios was the strat, or Riolus into Lucarios, before Johto. Like once Johto dropped, it dropped the, what's it called, right? Once Johto dropped, it dropped the new farming spot in the Safari Zone, and that's now the best method for Riolus. So I wouldn't recommend XP candy anymore. Pat, do you think you're on a ban exception list because it would be really bad publicity even if you got a false temp ban? Absolutely not. The amount of content creators that have been, number 1, rightfully banned, and number 2, false banned is like pretty hilarious. There was a creator that got false banned and unbanned within 3 hours, and then later got rightfully permanently banned because he actually did break the rules. So then you go back and think like, okay, well, maybe he was out. It's just like crazy. There's been a lot of creators that get permanently banned, unfortunately, because they break the rules. No creator is above the law. No creator is above getting banned in Pokemon. I promise you that. Yeah, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. Is it a specific, like, wanted feature that Shedinja can only be shunted like this, or is it simply a bug the devs haven't fixed? This is the intended mechanic, from my understanding. In the mainline games, I believe the way it works is if you have a Nincada, a shiny Nincada, and you evolve it, you get both a shiny Shedinja and a Ninjask. I'm pretty sure it's like a 2-for-1 shiny, which is kind of cool. But in PokeMMO, Shedinja operates as a different entity. It's a good question. It's a great question because honestly, I mean, this does seem like it's funny that this is like, you know, intended. It does seem kind of like a bug, you know? It's kind of interesting. It's a weird Pokemon. What are some goals right now you have in PokeMMO? Shiny Pokemon besides the bug, vanity goals, etc. Vanity goals, I one day want to get a pair of Vampire Fangs, but they kind of keep getting bought up. Collecting more Pokeyen, just gaining more Pokeyen to be able to do more egg hunts. I have tons of shiny hunting goals. Audino, Cherubi, like rares. The trios, Wobbuffets, Lickitung. I have a gigantic list of shiny hunting Pokemon that I want to get. If you want to do, I have videos on that on my channel. And then I have I always write notepad document lists, dude. I do a lot of notepad document lists of like competitive Pokemon that I want to create, shiny Pokemon that I want to hunt, and then PV. And recently, I've taken my PVM Pokemon to create a lot more seriously with the introduction of permanent raids coming up here probably pretty soon. So always notepad documents, just highlighting and going over different goals. Shalfa Charizard made me think, is there any other MMO where one RNG check can so drastically change someone's wealth? One Shalfa or Shiny Legendary end your set? I mean, that is kind of true. So thanks for the gift, Goopster. That is a funny thing to think about. Like, if you just randomly pop out a Shalfa Charizard, I mean, what is that? Billions of Pokeyen? You know, if you randomly encounter a Shiny Legendary, billions of Pokeyen. You're not wrong. And it's like anybody who has like 8 gym badges in Kanto, like it's not that crazy of a requirement, can all of a sudden just luck into billions of Pokeyen. It is a pretty crazy thing. I feel like that does exist in other MMOs in some ways. Like I know in old school RuneScape, like there's raids where you can do like, get like twisted bows. I don't know what the most expensive item in old school RuneScape is anymore. But even that, like you have to have the ability to do raids, right? So it's not like, it's just not as easy as just getting 8 gym badges in Kanto, you know? So, I don't know. I'm curious if people have another third age. But even for like third age, you have to do like what? Master level to lose? In RuneScape, which is like, once again, like a pretty significant barrier to entry, I would argue, versus 8th gym badge. But maybe I just think the 8th gym badge is so low because, but I don't know. I've played both games, so I think I understand the requirements pretty well. Oh, third age pick is 30 bill? I almost bought one. Damn, that's crazy. I really wanted to buy a... What the fuck? Really? I really wanted to buy a third age pick when they were like 500 mil or some shit. I think they were that price. I haven't played in a while. That's actually crazy. Wow. Yo, just got a shiny? What is happening? Wait, Young Cabbage? You got one? Wait, what? Dude, everybody in chat today is actually kind of popping off. Yo, just got a shiny? Wait, are we... What the hell? Shiny Gloom, my first single encounter, 2,000 encounters, 2,000 encounters. Congratulations, dude. I also got a single encounter Gloom. That was my last shiny, hilariously. Dude, congratulations, dude. Scientifically proven that being a Pat subs gives you better shiny odds. Yep, true and real, not misinformation, real. Dude, this meme, Danny just made this. This is actually so good. So I don't want to do hordes while I'm over 30k dry. That's the low IQ take. And then middle IQ is, actually, that's Gambler's Fallacy. Your odds of getting a shiny doesn't actually go up or down when you're dry. You're just lucky to find a rare shiny at 0 encounters versus 100k. And then the high IQ take, I don't want to do hordes while I'm 30k. Because what happens is, the dumb take is you think mathematically it's better, which is not true. And then the high IQ take is that emotionally you realize that doing ×5, like if you do a bunch of single encounters or do a bunch of rare shunting and then you like go do Pelipper hordes like level or like do other like ×5 hordes, you realize how much mentally and emotionally it affects you. And you realize like how mental and emotional, like shunting is just a mental game. So if you are fucking your mental, you're fucking yourself. So that was a great meme, dude. So are you the high end or the low end? Definitely the low end, true and real. All right, last minute of the shiny charm right here. I'm gonna try to get these couple encounters. Let's see if I can get, I'll get one more after this. All right, here is the last Shedinja encounter. I'm gonna go ahead and calc how many I was able to get in that hour. I think I did 90 plus whatever I have done here. But I did 90 plus 24. So what is that, 114? Yeah, that's not that good. My pace is getting worse and worse, but that's okay. I'm just getting like comfortable with the hunt or whatever. Is that really it? 94? No. I'm at 114. I'm terrible at math. 114. Still better than if I, yeah, okay, 114. So I then add 114 plus 267. Give me my new encounter number, put it to 60,381. It's kind of crazy. Like, funnily enough, Shedinja used to be, in my opinion, the rarest hunt in all of Pokemon. Or specifically, like, Secret Shiny Shedinja was probably the rarest shiny in all of Pokemon, like in any Pokemon game ever. I have a video talking about this and breaking down the math, but essentially, Secret Shiny Shedinja took 17,777 hours to hunt on average. This was before XP candies. XP candies totally changed this and crushed this hunt. But before that, this hunt was insane. Shedinja was the rarest shiny in PokeMMO for an extremely long time. And was like probably one of the rarest in all of Pokemon. Nowadays, the rarest shiny in all of Pokemon is probably Shaman in PokeMMO, because there's not one that exists, even though it's possible to get shiny. Okay, there's an Alpha Roserade in Hoenn. We're gonna go shiny check that, and then I'm gonna go hit up. I am gonna go hit up the Bagon spot. I like the idea of trying to go for double shiny Bagon in Team Mister in one day. That's very, very cool to me. Dude, this is like one of the easiest alphas I've ever went to go check. You should always go shiny check this. This is so easy. Like the town's right here. You just go here. That's actually the easiest shiny I've ever checked, or Shalfa. Easiest alpha I've ever checked in my life. That's so funny. Oh, no shiny. Still new to the game. Any idea how hard it is to shunt Trapinch? Trapinch is a ×3 horde shiny. I think it's split with, is it Diglett / Sandshrew? It might actually depend of time of day. I recommend ×3ing Trapinch over at, is it Route 111 in Hoenn? Like up here in like that sandy dome. It's a great shiny. Trapinch is a fantastic shiny. Vibrava, all those are great. I will say, if you're gonna shiny hunt for Trapinch, you want to make sure to bring a runaway Pokemon or something that can get away from Arena Trap. There's a decent chance it has Arena Trap, and you have to be able to like run away from all the constant hordes. So bring something that can flee from Arena Trap to shunt it. But it's a ×3 horde hunt. Otherwise, it's a great shunt. Good luck to you guys. Like Trapinch is one of those mons that like every single Pokemon in the species line is a fantastic shiny. Like whether you want Trapinch, Vibrava, or Flygon, they're all fantastic looking. It's a great one to hunt. Okay, it's Bagon time. Now, you actually do want to bring two specific Pokemon to the Bagon Shunt. I'm bringing Quagsire #1 for Explosion Pokemon just in case. And then I'm also going to bring a Spiritomb because in the hyper rare chance that for whatever reason I happen to get a shiny Beldum, it has Takedown. So it's important to have a high-level Ghost-type Pokemon just in case to just sit there and like not take damage and let you eventually Timer Ball. So you don't have to Master Ball. You could always Master Ball, but it's nice to have it. The classic spot. I've spent a lot of time here. Like I think I've done like 60 or 70,000 encounters here. And I've only seen one shiny Solrock in like a ×5 horde. It was a single encounter wildly occurring ×5 horde, but yeah, this is a nostalgic spot. Dude, I'm sure a lot of people spend a ton of time here. Absolutely, for sure. Hey, Matt, what's your second longest shunt encounter-wise? I know your first one was 300,000 encounters. That's a good question. I think my second longest one was around 82 or 83,000. Yes, I think that's right. That's a good question. I don't think I've been over 100K dry since the first shunt, which I think will happen one day for sure. Were you hyped when Sinnoh dropped back in the day? I'm gonna be totally honest. I was not playing the game when Sinnoh dropped. Sinnoh dropped in 2019. So Hoenn was a big deal. Hoenn was one of the biggest region drops ever. It was the first one. So the game came out in 2012. It was Fire Red only. I started playing in 2013, and then we got Hoenn in 2015, and that was a really big deal. And then in 2017 we got Unova, and I came back from a break to play Unova, and then in 2019 we got Sinnoh, and I was not playing at the time. I was not interested in Pokemon in 2019 at all. I did not come back and play it. I didn't come back until 2021, and then I played through all the regions I had to and like caught back up and relearned a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff had changed. A lot had changed. I probably took a break from like 26. I guess what Unova I played a little bit when Unova came out, but like not really. Like I mostly took a break from 2016 all the way to 2021, and I kind of just came back to like play Unova for like, I didn't even beat Unova. I remember I specifically got stuck at like the gym with the airplane. What am I thinking of? Yeah, I got stuck at that gym. I like couldn't beat her. It was so fucking embarrassing. I think that was before the IV standardization of starters, and I'm pretty sure my starter sucked, and I just like couldn't. I sucked, dude. I like could not beat it. It was so funny. It's so funny thinking back on old Pokemon and how far we've come with power creep. But not that it's like it has to happen to some extent, but it's just funny to observe, right? Like I look back on these memories. A really good one that I can think of is like when I randomly bred a Girafarig, and this Girafarig had like 10 speed IV. It was modest, 10 speed IV, 30 special attack IV, and then like all the defenses were like 15 to 20. But it had hidden power ice. And that was like a really big deal because Calm Mind, hidden power ice, Girafarig, like you went like Calm Mind, Psychic, or I think, yeah, Psychic. You didn't have Psychic in the game, I think. Like Psychic, Thunderbolt, and hidden power ice. And this was like an NU threat, was like Calm Mind, Girafarig. And nowadays, like that, you would just be trolling if you ran that Pokemon, you know? You couldn't change hidden power back then, so it was, and you couldn't like really change the stats specifically as well to like lock it in. So if you randomly like getting specific hidden power Pokemon was like really important. Another one, oh dude, another huge one was hidden power ground Rapidash was a really big deal, so you could beat other Rapidash in NU. Wow. And the way it worked was because back then hidden power would be physical or special depending on the Pokemon's typing, right? So all ground types were physical. So yeah, wow, holy shit. So you would run like hidden power ground to like kill other Rapidashes in NU. Rapidash was like a top tier NU threat back in like I want to say 2014. It's a long time ago. And another one is hidden power ground Blossom. Hidden power ground Blossom was like one of my best comps back in the day. That was a big deal. I think I still have it. I still have like a GB Weed OT Blossom comp that was used back in like 2015. Which is, I love having old comp. I think 2014. I love having old comps like that with like he still plays. He's a giant like name in the PvP community. Like influences a lot of things. Very good. Great theory crafter. Like it's so cool to have OTs of big great players that like having their old comps. I always loved collecting that stuff. Patrouski, were you playing when the big three were released? Do you regret not buying if so? So yeah, the big three are the vanities, the Q hat, the Desu Lab Coat, and the Electric Storm. I remember seeing the Electric Storm in the gift shop and like just you didn't think much of it. You just saw like vanities and were like, oh, like that's kind of neat. Like maybe the developers are making some money. Like that's cool. Like nobody talked about or cared about vanities back then. Like let alone just like I don't know, vanities just like there weren't that many in the game. I feel like people just didn't care about them very much, like at all, let alone like rare ones and stuff like that. So you just glanced over it and moved on. In terms of do I regret buying them? I mean, I think it's silly to look back at stuff like that and be like, oh, I should have known. Like it's like saying like, oh, you should have known to buy Bitcoin like, you know, in 2009. And it's like, I don't know, like it's hard to, you can't view stuff like that because you're gonna drive yourself crazy. It's just not logical to like constantly say you should have done this, like hindsight stuff, right? It's just a little too silly. Small Ant just said he knew about Pokemon. It's just crazy how many people know about it. It still gets so much attention. I just did a clip talking about Ludwig on his podcast once said that the best game to play on stream is PokeMMO. Quote for quote, he said, Ludwig, the best game to play on stream with the boys is PokeMMO. But the reason they don't play is because I don't know why. I think I admit it, you can find the video I made on it. He basically just said like they don't want to draw attention to it, or like I don't know if they got pressured from Nintendo or they got a message from Twitch saying they shouldn't do it. I don't know what happened. But they were basically like, yeah, we can't play it because it'll draw too much attention to it and get it shut down. Like they were scared of it getting shut down. But I don't think it should be able to. I've said this before, but that was crazy. I think Asmongold. I think I also did a video covering an Asmongold reaction. His was much less. His was like, oh, that game looks cool. Like you know, which is cool. But it's crazy to see like some of the biggest people I've seen, you know, PokeMMO. What's your hot food take of the day? Okay, I don't have a hot take, but I did try one of the craziest foods I've ever eaten recently. I tried there was a Dorito flavor that was Baja Fiery Mango. So it was Baja Blast flavored Dorito, but also like red chilies, and then also an overwhelming mango flavor. It was probably the most like chemically enhanced like plastic food I've ever eaten in my entire life. And it wasn't bad is what I'll say. Wait, we were just talking about this. I still have my hidden power electric Charizard. Wait, I'm actually so proud of that from 2016. I'm actually so happy I still have this. This was like considered a god tier comp back in the day, which is so funny. Like looking back, how things have changed. Yeah, this is hidden power electric was like a booyah moment. Like that was sick. Like hell yeah, dude. Charizard for like OU at the like UU. It was weird at the time. That's so funny, dude. These two Magikarps are some of the biggest time wastes I've ever had on a YouTube video ever. I did a video on my channel called like Magikarp and OU, the failed project. If you Google like Magikarp PvP OU PokeMMO, like it'll probably pop up. I like specifically, I like ran so many calculations to like try to find the perfect speed EV. Like I spread this carp with like 30 speed EVs to specifically be able to outspeed something in rain. I forget that it was some calculation. And I tried so desperately to make these Pokemon work. This one did nothing. I did like Focus Sash, Reversal Flail. Like the only time I ever did damage was Rain Dance, Hydro Pump, Carp, like with like specs. And even then, I think I did like 40% damage. Me personally, I'd get a kill with one. I could not get a single kill with Carp. It was impossible. I tried so hard. I really tried to get a kill in OU with these Pokemon. It was not, I could not do it. Maybe you could pick up where I left off. Repeat balls are the biggest scam ever. Repeat balls are really bad right now, for sure. They're probably the weakest Pokeball in all of PokeMMO. I've been saying for a long time, I think that they'll end up buffing them or changing the way they work in some way. I think I said this like 2 months ago, like during the Lunar New Year event. I kind of predict that they will buff Repeat Ball, and this is just my fucking opinion and my thoughts, so please don't take this, don't go make investments on this based on this silly guy's opinion, you know. I think that they're going to end up nerfing net balls and buffing repeat balls. Repeat balls are really bad. They only become beneficial if you catch 15 of the same species in a row, and then even then, like timer balls and dream balls, and there's like a bunch of other balls that are just better. Net balls just better. Net balls are my favorite. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna get nerfed. This is just my opinion, guys. So please, like, this very well might not happen. This is just my opinion. Net balls are insane. The fact that you can just soak false swipes for something and like get 3.5 times catch rate, like net balls are way too good. It would not surprise me if they it wouldn't surprise me if they up the cap on repeat ball to reach like 4 times catch rate. That would be pretty cool and honestly make them usable. But you have to like catch more Pokemon to actually get to that point, obviously. And then net balls, it wouldn't surprise me if they lower it to a 3 times catch rate. They're just like, I think just changing the effects, they're just way too good. Oof, dude, I'm not gonna lie, Cobons have kind of turbo tanked. That's kind of crazy. 40k. I mean, I bought all mine for like 18 to 20, so I'm still double up on this, but I sold like 10 recently, just 10 for 75k. I think people pay, I guess that was like a month or that was probably like 2 months ago now. That was a while ago, a month or 2 ago. But they went from like 75 to like 40, like halved their price. That's pretty significant in like a month or so time. I would love to see the graph on that, honestly. What are some good EVs for Reuniclus for the raids? I'd probably go like you either go 2v2 special attack, 2v2 HP, or 2v2 HP, 2v2 special defense. And then you use iron defense to make up your defense stat. So on Reuniclus, you probably go 2v2. If you want to go full tank, 2v2 HP, 2v2 special defense, that's probably what I'd recommend. And then you get enough damage from your stored power once you boost up. I will say, funny or not, I'm going to go ahead and call the stream, guys. Casey is home, so we're going to call it here. Make sure to like the stream if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel for daily videos. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord down below. If you want to go above me on support the channel, YouTube membership, Twitch Prime. Yep, have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Hey, thanks so much for watching the entire video all the way to the end. I really appreciate that, and I hope it was a positive asset to your day. And I also want to quickly say extra thank you to everybody whose name is on this list and goes above and beyond and allows me to do what I do. Thank you very much. Have a good one.